Ooh,
What was that?
you're trading too heavy.
Yeah.
Getting pulled over. Morning. Morning. Stop.
Good morning.
How you doing, Dad?
I'm doing great today. Can't believe it. I'm already up $800.
It's awesome.
What were you trading on? If not in the news, just this now, but something else? When you say
Always.
skip the news, you mean 8:30 or
extends mobilization and martial law by 90 days. It's coming from a law.
sorry about that. Do you mean you skip the 8:30 news or something else?
Yeah, there's 6:30 here in Utah.
Yeah.
I skipped that news because it had a couple of reds.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll trade the light yellow, small.
Yeah.
But I skip the reds. Sometimes those things go all over the place.
Oh, it did. That's why I was wondering if did you do before the news or after the news, or which part was it?
I made a little bit before the news, and then I waited 10 minutes, and then I could see the bias for me is down. It's reached a high that's been pretty high for about several months. And so my bias is definitely sell today. Yeah. So I did do a little buy a little earlier, but I'm bailing on bias for the rest of the morning.
Isn't buying. Well, I think we're at a support line. We're definitely at a support line right here. So we'll see if it continues to break that support or not.
So did you just get in heavy on sells after that news?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, you see where they kind of come down right there? That's where I made it in that blue line that just came down just a few minutes ago.
Right here?
Yeah, right in there.
Just a big drop, yeah. Good work, yeah. I did that too, but not for quite that much. I didn't get 5% out of it, sorry.
Yeah, that would have been risking quite a bit to get 5% off of that move. But is it the only move you did?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Well, there's
how long did it take you to accumulate the 5%? Just curious.
Well, I guess since about
why don't you just ask him what position size are you trading? That's what I.
Right now, I'm doing 0.22.
Okay. In a $16,000 account.
Yeah.
So how many times do you click per layer?
A couple times, maybe. Yeah, a couple times. I do the same procedure I would on a 10. I just
all right. Here's
a little larger position size, though.
So each layer is more than half a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Like each layer is one full lot?
It depends. It really depends. Usually half 22, 44, sometimes 88,
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. Unless it's really, really, really high probability, I may go double that, but that's occasional. 90% of the time it's just, 44 or 88 at a layer.
I got you. So at max, do you do like a lot and a half?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about right. Yeah, right in there.
On a layer?
Total?
No, not on a layer.
Yeah. Total. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at it.
Yeah, it's about right. If you want to be brave, that's good.
See, right now I'd probably get into a sell.
Probably, yeah.
Start building on my cells.
Maybe. I'm waiting for this action point. And I did put a sell on it, looks like. I'm like, but I'm still waiting for this action point to see if it pops up a little higher.
It could.
Yeah, before I really, this is just kind of a toe in the water. Then, yeah, so I thought I might do that.
I kind of see the channel line, you know, it could go up a little higher.
Oh, it's, yeah. Now you say that, that's a hindsight call.
No, I mean, no, I'd still would put that cell there and then build another one, and you start building.
Yeah. This is
I don't expect it to go up too much higher.
maybe, like I said, kind of at a bounce.
Anyway,
point.
I'll let you train. I'll just be quiet.
Oh, it's important. So if you get into your max and you're up to about a lot and a half, that would probably take you up or down 5%, about 50 pips of movement.
Yeah.
Is that right? That sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yesterday we had a competition. Jeremy was the big winner yesterday. Jeremy, the big winner with 1%. Congratulations on that yesterday, Jeremy. Are you here? Is Jeremy here? Oh, yeah. It was that's awesome. So Jeremy, are you part of Trader on the Street? Okay. So I'll let you choose. I'll let you choose what gift. I was thinking I can give you 500 street creds, 60,000 Dave bucks.
I'll take the street.
Or if you want to send me a video, I'll do a review of a trading session for you. So it's up to you. Everything's up to you. Oh, sweet. I was hoping you'd pick that one because I need another video to review. And I love doing those on like then the Thursday night wobble classes. I'm just kind of going over videos of and reviewing. So I love them. So congratulations again. Is there a Dave store? Yes, but everything's $1 million to $2 million if I'm giving away 60,000. I think I'm just gonna peel off some of these. It's just feeling like it wants to push higher. I said that it was just a little too slow. And we'll see what happens on this action point. I'm definitely going to peel off this guy right there and profit with that guy. It's kind of a break even $2 loss. So right, see what these guys want to do with me. Get the bowler. Love it. Like, just get the bowler hat. That's what you can buy at the Dave store. Are you telling me to get a bowler hat, a mini Sean? So the interesting thing, I met with Sean yesterday, and I'm going to meet with him again on Thursday. As we have some really, really awesome stuff. Excited coming down the pipe. Don't want to tell you guys everything because we're stuck in the middle of what can we do.
Good morning.
Hey, you're just in time, Cliff. You're just in time to make some pips.
Make some big.
And we're not talking baby pips today. Oh no, my friend.
Not baby pips.
Not baby pips. We're talking full-grown adult pips.
Full-grown pips. Adult pips.
Debbie, I see Debbie's on here. You had a great day yesterday, but you didn't participate in the challenge. So I thought you were going to participate yesterday, but I didn't see you up there. So, but yeah, everything you said you were killing it yesterday. So did you end up, well, if you don't want to share, that's fine. I don't like asking people how they did, because sometimes they're willing to share if it's awesome and sometimes if it's not so awesome. But I honestly believe that if you share when it's not so awesome, those are the days that you get better, right? I don't know if you guys remember this, but I kind of share this story often. I'm going to pick on you, Dad, because you'll forgive me. But
oh yeah.
In the very beginning, when he just was jumping back into this and we started doing the 5 to 50, he was trading his demo account. And I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but it was kind of his turn to trade with me. And he's like, no, go to somebody else, And so when that comment was made, I'm like, oh, something's wrong. Nope. Let's open it up. Let's see what's going on. And sure enough, in his $10,000 demo, he had basically driven it down, like reduced it, almost blew his account up, ended up blowing his account up. But the point that I'm making is that he did it live in front of people. And yes, it's not fun to show that live in front of people, but it was an extremely valuable lesson. Even though it was still in a demo account, it was an extremely valuable lesson for him, because had it not been in front of people, he would have probably just reset his demo account and started over. But because it was in front of people, he learned a much larger lesson because of the embarrassment, whatever that comes with it. I don't know if you were embarrassed, Pops, but
no, I wasn't embarrassed.
I don't.
I was frustrated.
But it highlighted it. Does that make sense? It definitely spotlighted it.
Well,
so
in my first month, I blew up 3 demo accounts. Blew them to 0.
I think everybody's done that when they first start trading.
When you say blew up, do you mean
just
I took them to 0, and then I asked them to reset it.
You mean all the way in one day, all the way down to 0?
One of them did in one day. Yeah.
No, I don't think you did.
Pips of movement was that? How did that?
I don't think you did in one day, because you were trading Alvio, or you weren't trading Alvio. You were trading.
I've never traded Alvio. No. Well, I did years ago, but I haven't since I got back into it.
When you first started trading, it wasn't Alvio, it was MT4, but it was still under the apiary fund rules that would have shut you off at 5%.
Oh, okay.
So
it means he's in an account where you can just go. You can go to 0 in one day.
Yep.
Right.
A demo, hopefully.
Right. Yeah. No, he's never. But the point that I'm trying to make is that he did that in a demo account, but the
inflation reflects the series.
Sorry.
He did that in the demo account in front of people, and he took, just like taking losses, and so it magnified what he was doing wrong.
Well, you probably still have that recording.
I do. It's and it helped him to become a better trader, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
And had he not had done it in front of people, he probably would have been quietly swept under the rug and not learned a lesson. So that's why I'm saying that if you can trade in front of people and you have failures, you learn a lot. So who's up? Who's going to trade? Let me set that stage. Just kidding.
Let me ask you a silly question. When we do the competition for realties, are we all going to be in accounts where we get shut out at 5% for the day, or can we just draw down 50% with giant bets?
I I don't want that because that doesn't teach you anything.
Right.
They're going to be Alveo accounts, and I have
Okay.
full.
Okay.
I have
So then
full.
they could enforce at 5%.
I have full control over it. So I'm not sure how much leverage I'm going to give people. I'm not sure how much if I'm going to do a 5% cutoff.
Okay.
I'm going to try and keep it as real as possible.
Right.
Where you can't slap 20 lots on. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Or there is, so that you can just slap on like full 2 lots and then let it go like 50% against you, then swing back and take 5%.
Hey, I have officially doubled my account
Yeah.
in a week.
That's good.
So
That's good.
Took me
I just hit
30
10,000.
days,
10,000 was a mental goal.
That's cool.
So
Excellent.
Okay.
I just noticed that I'm at $10,009. So now let's risk the $9.
So are you able to draw it down harder, or do you stop at negative 5%? Because that's just curious and it's important.
You talking about a
Do you-
MT4 account or a period
That
account?
closed out at if you have 5% drawdown, or do you go all the way down to 10, 20, 30?
That's a great question. So it depends on where I'm at in my trades.
Yes.
So if I still believe that my trades are
Valid. Yeah.
valid, then I'll hold for a comeback. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But you'll let it get dragged down 30%.
Right. And sometimes, well, no, not 30%. I thought you were talking about the 5%. let's I'm not going to go 30%, but I'll let it go. But on the 5%, if trades are valid and I'm heavy, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. You'll let it ride.
I'll let it ride. Yeah. But
You'll
usually
get stopped out.
it's between 5 and 10 that I'm cutting and I'm saying I'm done,
Yeah.
But I haven't been there for a fat minute.
Yeah. Because there's a gigantic difference between saying you can't enter anymore if you're 5% down and saying that you get stopped out if you're 5% down.
Yeah.
One of them is a pause and the other is a loss that you can't just sweep under the rug.
Cliff, I'm going to mute you just because I am hearing you chew. So you can unmute yourself if you don't want to talk. But
Okay.
But yeah.
Competition. I'm foreshadowing because when we do the competition, we'll be on Alveo accounts.
Yeah. So like I said, but I'll have full control. So what I was saying is that in talking with Sean, I think this is kind of cool. In talking with Sean, I can't say a whole ton of I can tell you the 50,000 foot view, but we're trying to determine what we can do with the technology that we have right now. Mm-hmm. And what we want to do. And we're trying to see if we can make what we want to do and what we can do become a reality. Does that make sense? And so we're still kind of going through the nitty gritty, but we found that we're trying to expedite this and get it pretty quick. So today I have Solo, who's a programmer, working on setting up trading league accounts, setting up 5 for 50 accounts, and pushing me all the data. And so I'm hoping to have that data today so I can sift through it, manipulate it, and comb through it. So we do know that we can do right out of the gate is we can categorize different accounts for different functions. Like you have in Beeline, you have a gold account, silver account, pre-fund account. We can make a trading league account. We can make a 5 to 50 account, and we can make the trading leagues account will reset to 0 every single Sunday night. So that's going to be awesome. What we're trying to still figure out is how to graduate somebody from one league to the next league. If we're resetting your stats every Sunday, which is crucial for leagues because I want everybody to start at the same playing field. But if I'm resetting your stats every single week, the question that we're trying to answer is, how do we know when you're ready to go to the next league, right? How does your stats graduate you? And so we're trying to flush through that. So you got, 1 through 4 levels. How do you go to the next level, next level, next level, next level, and then into a funding call, right? So we're trying to track that. However, the thing that I noticed out there is that, well, the thing that I'm noticing that's kind of cool is that I threw up a how to get started with trading leagues video on YouTube, and it is quickly becoming one of my #1 videos out there, which was kind of weird. So YouTube loves that video, and a lot of people are watching it. So,
That's good.
so
Sometimes they,
That's good.
yeah, they grab a video and promote it.
yeah, or they show it and people click on it, right? Because they're like, oh, what's trading leagues, right? So I mean, I'm not doing any marketing for my YouTube channel, so it's just kind of interesting to see on my side how, my channel right now is so new. I usually get anywhere from 50 to 100 views on these type of recordings, but trading leagues has almost gotten 3,000 views, right? And so that tells me that there's a little bit of an appetite for it. It also tells me that if I do any marketing behind it, it could grow fairly quickly because, well, one, it's all going to be free, right? So the first level is free, and then 2 through 4, you're going to have to pay the $47 data feed type trader on the street commitment that you guys are already paying. So if you're here on this call, you're already paying that. So whether you pay that through apiary trader on the street, whatever, that's going to give you access to leagues, right? To all levels of leagues. So the thing that we're doing, I'm just gonna, I got to remember I'm trading too. I think I'll take those. That's a good little push down.
Your seminar got like 3,000 views almost.
Yeah. So those are the two things that I've got YouTube has taken with maybe it was that one that has 3,000 views. I think trading leagues was like 15 or something, but somewhere in there. But so that's why I'm like, oh, and so people are just learning what people are digesting right out there on the YouTube algorithms. But anyway, so I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but we have 3 different ways. So we have 3 ways that people can get funded. Well, 4 ways if you include Beeline. But from a trade the fund perspective, so just so you guys know, trade the fund is something that I'm personally doing. Sean's supporting me, but this is basically my business, and then Sean and I are partners on it. So that's kind of the back end stuff. So that's why I'm pushing it and trying to build it as much as I can. So but we have 3 ways. So the first way that you can get funded is the 5 to 50. So through the 5 to 50, and I'll explain that in a second. The second way is going to be through leagues. The third way that you can get funded is going to be through challenges. So this challenge will be different, but if you know what FTMO is, it's going to be something similar to that, but different. And we're not going to allow people to trade 200K or even 100K. It'll be different, right? It'll be a smaller amount, and then you'll get the traditional increases, the fund increases. So this will be if you already know how to trade, so this is for experienced traders. This is for new people, or experience. Just want to, go through the leagues and competition. And this will be for new people, basically. So the difference on the 5 to 50 is that we're going to give them a $5,000 account, but they cannot pull any money out of it until it gets to 50K. So they're going to grow their account to 50K. Once their account gets to 50K, then they'll do the 80% splits or 75. I don't remember what it is, but whatever it is, the 75% splits that pays out on the 20th of every month once they get to 50. And then they're eligible for the fund increases. So it's basically, you trade with me every morning. The challenge is that we're going to get you guys to 50K, take that 5 to 50 and grow it to 50K as fast as we can. Once you grow it together, then everybody gets to trade in that amount. No, it's a 5K live account. So it's all a live account. Everything I'm talking about is live account, but you can't draw on it, or you're not going to get paid on it until you get to 50K. So that's the 5 to 50. With leagues, it's graduate to the fourth thing, pass whatever criteria, and that's the question mark right now, whatever that criteria looks like. You pass that criteria and you get on a actual Zoom call with Sean, myself, and 2 other people, and we give you offers depending on how you did in leagues. And so that offer could be 10K, or it could be 100K, right? Or it could be a couple million if we bring in a hedge fund and they want to throw that much money at you. And we do know people that will do that, and we're hoping to grow that. And so it could be Sean's money, it could be mine, it could be somebody else's. Just depends on the offer that you get at a league. So ultimately leagues will have the highest opportunity for the highest amount of funding dollars. So, but and so that's and you can do all 3. You could definitely do all 3, right? So, but that's the challenge on a technical side that we're working through still, is if somebody does want to do all 3, how does that work? Also, somebody also posted, what do I do if I already have a funded account, right? And I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that I asked Sean that question because I knew that question was going to come, but I don't have an answer for you. What do you think would be best? Because we're still brainstorming. We're going to meet again tomorrow to kind of answer that question. So I'm still thinking in the back of my mind.
Add more to that account.
Could, but how do I take let's say you have a funded account of $6,000 and you want to do the 5 to 50. Now you can't touch that 6,000. So it might not be fun for you, because that's the point, is I want to lock it down so that you can't touch it. Right. So there's a lot of different little moving parts that you just got to think through, but that is the most obvious, is just add to that account. Right. So, however, on the challenges, it's not going to be an addition to, so it's just going to be, that's one thing we'll have to think through. And then obviously you'll still have Beeline and you can still get funded that way. So pretty exciting stuff. That's kind of like a top level view. But we're pushing it. We're going to see what we can do today, like launching it, today, and then then obviously make it better as we learn, as we grow, and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yes, Megan, that's a great comment. She says, so it's long-term income versus monthly income on a 5 to 50, but if you could earn it to 50, what a beautiful thing. Absolutely. That's kind of my point. Plus, if you take an account and grow it from 5 to 50, you have the skill set to manage a $50,000 account, right? So, because you've known how to grow an account. Looking at Josh says, I think jump into account, like if you have 6K and pass your league and apiary offers you 25, I'd be like, okay, by 6K below 20, yeah, just double your account, just in, for sure. Just kind of saying like, hey, you're gonna, instead of 6K, let's go ahead and give you more money, right? Yeah, Neville, this video will be posted, and it is going to be all empty, excuse me, all Alveo, because I can track Alveo. I can see what your stats are, all that kind of stuff. So initially the challenge was on that first, the technical challenge was on that first level, because I wanted and I needed leagues to be free, right? Because that's just a really good way to draw people in and get more people. And because ultimately leagues doesn't work unless you have a lot of people that are willing to play it. And the first barrier, if you charge people right out of the gate, well, one, you can't charge people and give them prizes, just you can't legally from, in the United States, I should say. But and so you can't do it. And so that's why, I mean, if you could, a lot of people would be doing it already, right? Like it would just be a thing, but nobody's doing it because you can't charge for it. And so everybody's like, well, why should we do it if we can't make any money on it? And so it has to be free, but Sean pays a fee for every single person, whether it's a demo account or not a demo account. He still has to pay a connection fee, right? And so he's like, I can't offer it free. And so that was something we had to work through and figure out. But I think we got that figured out. So, but yeah, so we're excited to bring that. The next thing,
So
go ahead, Cliff.
after you have attained the from 5 to 50,000, what percentage are you now allowed to get from it?
It'll still be the same as whatever 50,000 is on apiary fund numbers. I just don't remember what that is because it's been a fat minute since I've marketed that. Is it 70%? Somebody look up apiary fund really quick. Is 50,000 a level 2 or level 3? I can't remember.
That's level 3.
It's level 3. So it's 70%, 75%.
I think that's 80.
It's 80. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever it is, whatever level 3 is, it's been like years since I've actually marketed that. And so can't remember.
I think it is 80.
Yeah. Something like that. The levels are on the Apiary Fund website. So you can look that up.
Okay.
Of course, that everything I'm telling you guys right now is still in brainstorm mode. So don't be like, hey, remember that video where you said this? Full disclosure. So the ideas are solid, but the specifications and how we do things might change, right? And we're trying to execute on this fairly quickly.
So Dave, do you think we'll be able to be funded at apiary and do all 3 of these challenges?
Yes. So you could do all of them, but what the question was earlier is if you already have a funded account, how does that play in? And I don't really have an answer for that. You might, because that would be very difficult to have to trade multiple accounts, right?
They should let you just use your normal account because you have to kind of get the bills paid and move towards promotion and all that good stuff.
Right. But I don't
I think just judge you in terms of ROI based on,
True, but I don't. But the point is, if you have a funded account of $5,000-$10,000 of the apiary or whatever that is, I don't want you drawing on that account if you're in the 5 to 50. Does that make sense? And so that could cause some more thought to that. Like, how do you do both? And it's kind of difficult to say, hey, let's trade two live accounts, right?
If you already have a funded account, then the prize would be slightly different. They would give you a boost instead of another account.
Sure.
So they would judge you in a slightly different way. They would look at your percent gain and then give you a boost instead of a fresh.
Well, you're still eligible for that. So it just depends on how.
Yeah, extra boost.
Well, I mean, if you're trading a live account, you're eligible every 90 days. That's not going to change, right? So you can still trade that and grow it, but you'll get reset every single month. Where the 5 to 50, you won't get reset.
So, Dave,
my thought is that if the prize is to get funded, then people who are already funded would be going for a different type of prize. If you already have a funded account, then the prize would be slightly different. It would be a slightly just different way of being judged. And that makes sense.
It does, but I think that's the question. Right.
But you'd also have to take into consideration how big the funded account was.
Exactly. So it definitely is going to be case by case for sure.
And it's easy enough to compare just how much percent you grew it, but the difference is how big a drawdown can you take, how many lots can you put on.
Exactly.
Max, and is the account reset to baseline every month?
Right.
Those are
all those.
You can make rules to compare one to the next to just make it acknowledge the fact that if people are funded, then they don't need another account. The prize would be something slightly different.
Right.
Well, but some of us
Like a bigger
mind, some of us wouldn't mind letting our funded accounts grow multiple months to get to higher levels.
Sure. And that's I was one of those, some of us, when I started trading.
I mean, that's
I wanted to grow
I
my account. Hold on one second. I'm going to let my dog out real quick. So hold that thought. Okay. What were you saying?
I was just saying some of us would, for the purpose that we're doing, would actually prefer not to draw down and let the account grow.
Yep. And that's like I said, I mean, when you have a funded account with apiary, I think it's going to need to be, if you want to do something different with all these things. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still welcome to be where you're at. It's just how to make, we're talking about enhancing with what you have, not changing what you have, but enhancing what you have. And if we can't, we can't. But I think it's going to have to almost come down to individual basis. Like, what's your situation? You know what I mean? I don't think one solution is going to fit everybody, because some people will be like, well, I don't want to grow my account. I want to trade for income now. Right. And other people are like, well, yeah, I don't mind, taking what I have and just growing it into 50 and turning it into a 5 to 50, what, instead of 5, it's 10 to 50 or whatever. Right. And so that's when, like, it might just need to be an individual basis. And I'm probably going to lean more that way than anything. And so not have like a blanket statement that covers everybody. Right.
I mean, just as long as they let us choose to use our funded account and then just judge us based on that knowledge, I'm sure they're smart enough to figure out.
Yeah, your
There's
account
slight
is just
difference.
right. It would just
They can do some math on the back of a napkin and figure out there's a slight difference in a funded account, so therefore XYZ. Yada,
Sure.
yada, yada.
The leagues will be easy because you can't trade a funded account in the leagues. So because it's going to get reset every week.
So,
Is there any special qualification to get in the league?
Yes. I'm not telling you what it is though, Cliff. Just kidding. You have to fill out a registration form. If you can't do that, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to be on Patricia's team.
I'd be willing to learn.
You can't be on Patricia's team, but you could still be on my dad's team because, he understands if you can't fill out a form.
Because it's digital.
It's digital.
Right. So you need a driver's license as well.
So that's the other thing that we're trying to figure out from a technology standpoint is in leagues, we're trying to automate the registration to where it creates a league account upon registration, which is easy to do. What we're running into is if you already have an active account, or if you had an active account in the past, it wants to charge you. Or so if somebody had an active account and then they quit or they're suspended or whatever, it wants to charge you for your reactivation. So we're working through that from a technical standpoint on how to add free accounts. So you would think that would be easy. Oh no, it's not. 1 second. And this wants to play at the bottom, and because it keeps testing, it probably will break. So if anybody wants to be in a ride to wave situation, I could see that happening here in a minute. So that's what I'm going to do is it pops up a little bit. Might put a few trades on just to see, but light trades because it could bounce and run away. So, but kind of cool things happening though, for sure. So I love bringing it to this group because you guys have great questions. And like I said, we're still thinking about everything. So I love hearing the questions so that maybe there's something that I haven't thought about or thought through or don't have answers to. I'd love to hear them as we're kind of just brainstorming and putting them all together. Right. Yeah. Poor Solo. Poor Pops. I feel so sorry for you. But I think you should switch into a demo account and start practicing.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely for sure, Josh, that is something that we don't know 100%. Like, before this thing blows up, we'll definitely know 100%. I think this might just be the ride the wave situation I was looking for.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough.
Is it?
It is. Are you asking? Is it?
No, I was just saying it could all be a false whipsaw, but not now. 2 seconds, 1 second. Here's the break. All right, so now we're into a full-on ride the wave. And into maybe like a baby. I'm not taking the bus route, but I'm definitely not taking the Ferrari route on this.
The retail sales numbers were really good for the dollar. So I was expecting this downside breakout toward the dollar side.
So we'll see. So
breakout, yeah.
We'll see where it ends, right? So what I'm going to do here
You can
is
fade it now.
I'm going to put a secured trade on right there. So basically, if it comes to that, I'll make sure that I get my money, right? And I might fade. Just looking and seeing what this candle does, because I might have missed the opportunity to fade right there.
What do you mean when you say secured trade?
Well, if it comes and hits this line, it's going to close out of these trades for profit. So it won't go back and retrace 100% on me like really quick. Does that make sense?
So you went south before the breakout.
Yeah. So if it does, my rule is that if this candle right here closes, then I get out of the ride the wave, right? But if it does that, then I just get out.
Your sells. That's cool. You entered your sells right before the breakout.
Correct.
Even though it was the end of a price cycle.
Correct, because like I said, hey, it's going to test the bottom, so it could break out here. So I'm going to get in, and I also said that if it doesn't and it bounces, I'll throw this layer away. So
you
it's kind of
feeling the breakout energy,
right? So it's kind of a risk versus reward, right? Yeah. So my risk was if it does come up here, bounce back, I kind of close out of those for a loss. Reward was break even, so it was a risk versus reward judgment call.
No, you were right. I see.
Yeah. And I usually take that as long as the reward is greater than the risk. Does that make sense? But I wasn't going to smack and go heavy on it. So that's why I only put 2 on there. But, turned in my favor, made, let me know how much I made there. $30, whatever. Ish. But I'm definitely up on the day. $300 in this account, so not bad.